All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. One quick check with Devi. Are we good here? Hello, Yashika, Ayush, Chaudhary, Athar. Just let me know if the AV is good. Are we good to go? Let me know that. Have some dinner. Do I look weak? Do I look do I look like I haven't eaten? Do I look like I'm weak? Athar. Janvi says yes. Okay. Yes for what? I had two questions. Am I audible and do I look weak? Good night. Okay. You don't start a conversation by saying good night. Good evening. Yeah. So know this. You say good night to people at home. You don't start a conversation saying good night. It's always good evening. Yeah. I know, Anjali. I know. I know. Great. Great. Right. So we have been doing a lot of PYQs over the time. So we are going to do the same thing here. Now, every time I do a PYQ class, the first idea that I ask people, I tell people is that you need to understand these are all practice questions, the best possible questions that you can get, which have been extracted from CAT. The PYQs are your best spot to go and check how well you have prepared, undoubtedly. So we are picking a few, we are doing it on a slot on slot basis. So there is always a recommendation that you do all these questions ahead of time and see how well you are comfortable. But then never mind, even if you haven't done that, if you come to the class, I'm going to display you the question. I'm going to give you a few minutes to run through it, and then only I'm going to solve it. So that has been the template, and I have no ideas of changing the template anytime soon. So without any further ado, so this is going to be the class on CAT 2024 slot 1, right? We did 2025 slot 1, 2, 3. We picked a few questions to be specific. We have picked six questions each and we have solved it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick some 6 questions out of it and then we're going to solve it. And all of these are going to be arithmetic, right? I'm not going to pick anything else apart from that because most of us would have done arithmetic up until now. So I think it's a good spot to see where we fall under now, right? So we'll do one question at a time. So I want to show you all the questions and then we'll do it. Anjali is asking, how's your health now? I've been telling myself that I've been doing good. So since last evening, I've been telling myself I've been better. I think I will hit my best, like the proper best, probably in another day or so. But then I'm good to go to take classes, to handle, to stand and deliver a session. And thank you for asking, Anjali. Right. So let's solve this question first. Simple one. Nothing fancy about this. It's from time and work. So let's have a look at this. The question says Renu would take 15 days working 4 hours per day to complete a certain task, whereas Sema would take 8 days working 5 hours per day to complete the same task. So that's their capability. So the capacity of the task will be 15 days of 4 hours for Renu, 8 days of 5 hours each for Sema to complete the same task. They decide to work together to complete this task. So they have an agreement of working together, but then there's a condition here. Sema agrees to work double the number of hours per day as Renu, while Renu agrees to work for double the number of days as Sema. So Sema will be twice the hours of Renu. Renu will be twice the days of Sema. If Renu works 2 hours per day, then the number of days Sema will work is. First, I want to extract what this work is going to be. Let's figure out the total work. The total work will be for Renu, that will be 15 days of 4 hours, or I can write it 60 hours. 15 into 4. Sema is 8 days working 5 hours a day. So that will be Sema for 40 hours. So I'm going to say the total work is 120 units. Why 120? We know it's the LCM of 60 and 40. I'm going to solve this question with the units method, the LCM method. On that case, this will be 2 units per hour. Sema will be 3 units per hour. This is their capacity. Their efficiency will be 2 units and 3 units per hour each. Now that we have. Now it is given that if Renu works for 2 hours per day, Renu works for 2 hours, right? We'll have that. The condition says Sema agrees to work for double the number of hours per day as Renu. Now I know Renu works for 2 hours a day. So Sema will work 4 hours. And also the condition says while Renu agrees to work for double the number of days as Sema. Whatever Sema works, number of days that Sema works, Renu will work twice the time. But the question that I want to know is, what is the number of days that Sema works? We don't know that. So I'm going to call this D days. Whatever variable comes to your head, use that. I'm going to call it D. So Renu will become 2D. So 2 hours per day for 2 days, that will be a total of 4 hours. 4 hours per day for D days, that will also be 4 hours total. But in these 4 hours, Renu can do 2 units per hour. In that case, I can write this as 4 into 2 plus in this 4 hours, Sema can do 3 units every hour. That will be 3, or we'll write it as, we don't know what D is, right? 4, we don't know the value of D, sorry. So I'll bring in the value of D here straight away, saying 2 into 2 is 4D days, 4D hours. So that's 4D into 2 plus 4D into 3, that will be 1. That will be 4 hours overall for D being 1. But it's D days, we don't know what the value of D is. So 4D hours of 2 units per hour, 4D hours of 3 units per hour, totally gives me 120. In that case, 8D plus 12D is equal to 120. 20D is equal to 120, or D is equal to 6. That means Sema works for 6 days, Renu works for 12 days. The question is, the number of days that Sema will work is 6 days. And that will be our answer. Clear? Any doubts? Other question 1 is 6. Sema should work 8 hours. How can Sema work for 8 hours? Sema works for 4 hours, double the time. You cannot double this time. This is a data given, can complete. It doesn't mean they are working for 4 hours. Until you might have to read the question properly for that. Right? Such a simple question. Now, sometimes these are questions that, again, I keep saying this. I don't want to jinx it. These are questions that we all want to see in the paper. These are questions that will make me feel like, hey, I put in a lot of effort, so they are treating me with some simple basic questions, and they are going to give me 3 marks. Clear? Any doubts? Hop on to the next question. We'll have a look at it. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Have a look at this. We'll solve. All right, another nice, beautiful question that is going to give us those 3 marks would be this. Have a look at the question. A fruit seller has a total of 187 fruits. He starts with 187 fruits consisting of apples, mangoes, and oranges. All right. The number of apples and mangoes are in the ratio 5:2. Apples and mangoes are in the ratio 5:2. After she sells 75 apples, 26 mangoes, and half oranges, the ratio of number of unsold apples to unsold oranges become 3:2. Okay, unsold apples to unsold oranges is 3:2. The total number of unsold fruits is. So I'm going to start with saying apples, mangoes, and oranges. Number of apples and mangoes are in the ratio 5:2. Apples, mangoes are in the ratio 5:2. So I'm going to call this 5p, 2p. 5:2. After she sells 75 apples, 26 mangoes, and half of the oranges. So whatever number of oranges that I have, I'm going to sell half of it. So I could have taken this cube. So I can take this value because we don't know what this value is. I can take this cube, but I'm going to sell half of it, which will be q by 2. We'll end up with some fractions. To avoid that constraint, I'm going to call it 2q. Number of oranges, I'm going to call it 2q. She sells 75 apples, 26 mangoes, and half of the oranges. That's what is being sold. The ratio of number of unsold apples to unsold oranges. So this is sold. Then what is unsold? That will be 5p minus 75, 2p minus 26, and q. It is said that the ratio of unsold apples to unsold oranges is 3:2. So this 5p minus 75 by q is equal to 3/2. That's the ratio given. So let's write an equation with respect to P and Q then. Cross multiply 10P, this is 3Q, comes over here, becomes minus 3Q. Minus 3Q is equal to 75 into 2 is 150. 150. I have one equation of P and Q. Is there another equation that I can write? Yes, we can. The total is 187 fruits. We haven't used that data yet, which means these three together is 187. Or I can write this as 5P plus 2P, sorry, which will become 7P plus 2Q is equal to 187. I have two equations, two variables. Let's happily solve them. I'm going to multiply this by 2. So this will become 20P minus 6Q is equal to 300. Multiply this by 3, 21P plus 6Q is equal to 187 into 3. 180 into 3 is 540. 7 into 3, 21. 561. So 6Q gets cancelled. 41P is equal to 861. P is equal to 861 by 41. 41 into 2 is 820. Another 41. So this is perfectly 21. So I have P is equal to 21. So I'm going to substitute P equal to 21 here. So P equal to 21, put it over here, you will get 210 minus 3Q is equal to 150. 150 comes here, minus 150. 3Q is equal to 60. Q is equal to 20. Right? So Q is equal to 20. P is equal to 21. What is the question asked now? The total number of unsold fruits. Unsold fruits is this. I have the data here. So 5 into 21 minus 75. 2 into 21 minus 26 and 20. So we have these three, add them all. 105 minus 75, this is 30. 42 minus 26 is 16 plus 20, 66, and that's our answer. Nice question. Too lengthy because we are dealing with ratios here. You have to extract two equations and solve for it. On a difficulty level, this is an utter easy question to go for. But then you need to be on your toes with your math and calculation to get a lot better, right? But do I recommend this question? Hell yes. I'm going to have one quick look at the chart here. Q equal to 20, 21. Yes. So question 2 is 66. Definitely doable. Anjali, I will go all guns and say, you see this question, you solve this before you move on to the next one. They cannot give it to you any easier than this. They have offered it to you on a platter. They're saying, eat it. It's cooked. So perfectly cooked to the perfect tenderization there for us to devour on. 3 marks on the go. Right? So we'll move on to the next question. Have a look at this. All right, let's have a look at this question. In September, the incomes of Kamal, Amal and Viml are in the ratio 8:6:5. They rent a house together and Kamal pays 15%, Amal pays 12% and Viml pays 18% of their respective incomes to cover the total house rent in that month. In October, the house rent remains unchanged while their incomes increase by 10%, 12% and 15% respectively. In October, the percentage of their total income that will be paid as house rent is what? So rent by their new salary. Total rent by total new salary is the question. So first, Kamal, Amal and Viml. September, they had their ratio as 8, 6 and 5. I can write it 8x, 6x and 5x. I'm going to call it 8, 6, 5. Or just for the sake of some comfort, I'm going to call it 80, 60 and 50. So that I can use them as values to solve it. They rent a house together and Kamal pays 15%. So rent component, 15% of 80, 10% is 8, 5% is 4. So this will be 12. Right, 15% of 80, 10% is 8, 5% is 4, 12. Amal pays 12%. So 12% of 60. Okay, that is 7.2. 10% is 6, 7.2. Viml pays 18% to cover this. 18% of 50. So that will be 9. Right? That needs to be 9. 50. 18 by 100 into 50 is 9. So the total rent here would be 21, 28.2. Their original total salary was 140, 190. But this is immaterial. I need to go for their hikes. So in October, I'm going to look at this in terms of October now. Their salaries increase by 10%, 12% and 15%. So 10% increase will be 88. Nothing fancy. 12% will increase will be 67.2. Again 10% is 6, 1% is 0.6, 2% is 1.2, 67.2. And 15% of 50. 10% is 5, 7.5, 57.5. So the total will become 190 plus, add just the extra 8, 7.2 is 15.2, 15.2, 22.2, 22.7, 22.7 to this, 22.7 to this will become 212.7. So the new total salary will become 212.7. The question is simply 28.2 divided by 212.7 into 100. This is a question that had options. I did not take the options just because I know we can solve it. Can someone pull out a calculator and tell me what the value is? If I look at this, this turns out to be 282 or 2127. 10% is 212.7, 1% is 21, 3% is 63, 63 plus 212 is still slightly less than 282. I'm going to call this approximately 13 point something, 13.26, and that will be our answer. So you will have options for this. If they ask you to round it off to the closest integer, then it is 30. But this is a question which was an MCQ. So you will choose 13, anything that was close to 13.26, 13.25. Clear? Any doubts? Such a simple question. Again, easy peasy. Yes. As someone I know says easy peasy. This is a question that I would love to see. These are questions that should, I sincerely hope you spot these questions before you spot those questions that put you off, right? Any doubts? Have a look at this question. Nice one, nice idea. We'll do it with the equations and we'll see if there's something else we can do about it. Neeru, Anjali is asking, is 15 right? My heart is racing. Yeah. Right, let's do this. Let's have a look at this. There are four numbers such that the average of the first two numbers is 1 more than the first number. Average of the first three numbers is 2 more than the average of the first two numbers. Average of the first four numbers is 3 more than the average of the first three numbers. And the difference between the largest and the smallest numbers. So, in my head, this is more, you can solve it a lot easier with logic, but we'll write equations and see where it takes us. So I'm going to call the four numbers to be A, B, C, and D. And try to write relations between A, B, C, and D. So the first thing that I know is average of the first two numbers is 1 more than the first number. So A plus B by 2 is equal to A plus 1. Correct? As simple as it can go. Average of the first two numbers is 1 more than the first number. Or from here I can say A plus B is equal to 2A plus 2, or B is equal to A plus 2. So my first number is A. My second number is A plus 2. Right? Now first case done. Now the second case is, so average of the first two numbers is A plus 1. We'll remember that. Now it says average of the first three numbers is 2 more than the average of the first two numbers, which means A plus B plus C divided by 3 is 2 more than the average of the first two numbers. So the average of the first two numbers was A plus 1. So this will be equal to A plus 3 then. Or from here you can say A plus B plus C is equal to 3A plus 9. But we know the value of B as A plus 2. Plug it in over here. A plus 2 plus C is equal to 3A plus 9. So this will become 2A plus 2 goes over there, becomes minus 2A minus 2, or C is equal to A plus 7. So I have the value of C as A plus 7. So my third number is equal to A plus 7. And last it says average of the first four numbers is 3 more than the average of the first three numbers. Average of the first three numbers is 3, A plus 3. So that I can write it as A plus B plus C plus D divided by 4 is equal to A plus 6. So solve for it. I am parallelly substituting the value of A, B and C from here. So that will be A plus 2 plus A plus 7 plus D is equal to 4A plus 24. So 3A goes over there, becomes minus 3A, plus 9 goes over there, becomes minus 9, or D is equal to A plus 15. So my fourth number is equal to A plus 15. My largest is A plus 15. My smallest is A. So difference is equal to 15, and there we have it. Clear? Yashika says managed to do it, only half of it, couldn't do it completely. Maybe you just got stuck somewhere. Your calculation probably didn't take you to the right place. Simple question. Again, you have to understand all these questions happen to be from one paper. It's not a mixture of combined like different slots, one slot. 6 questions. You have to understand, if you are able to do these 6 questions, if you have been attending our classes regularly on YouTube here, this is the 4th class that we are doing. And if you come to the class and if you have been consistently doing 6 questions regularly in each class, it already tells you that you already have 6 questions on the paper. You are already on a great track. That's the point. Your progress is already great. So remember to take that positive every time you take it from them. Right? Atharva asks, do I live in Coimbatore? Anjali says, I live in Chennai. Yes, I live in Chennai. Coimbatore is a place, but Coimbatore is like 7 hours from my place. 6-7 hours drive. I live in Chennai. Any doubts? If you have been getting answers 4 on 4, give a pat on your back and say job well done. You already have 4. We just have 2 more. Let's wrap it up and feel good about the fact we did great. Right, let's do this. An amount of 10,000 is deposited in bank A for a certain number of years at a simple interest of 5% per annum. On maturity, the total amount received is deposited in bank B for another 5 years at simple interest of 6% per annum. If the interests received from bank A and bank B are in the ratio 10:13, then the investment period in years in bank A is. So first invested in bank A and then invested in B. What was invested in A? 10,000 at 5%. So the interest component on 10,000 at 5% will be 10,000. I have to write 10,000. 10,000 at 5%. I don't know, for some number of years, for a certain number of years. I don't know what that n is. Right? 5 by 100 to be very specific. Because it's 5%. The total maturity amount, this is your interest component. The total amount is put in investment B, which will be 10,000 plus 10,000 into 5 by 100 into n. This is invested for 6% per annum for another 5 years. So into 5 years into 6 by 100. And this is given as 10:13. So they are asking what is this n. So let's do this. First let's cancel out. So I'm going to bring out this 10,000 out. So this will become 10,000 into 5n by 100 is 2. I'm taking this 10,000 out common. 1 plus 5n by 100 into 30 by 100. So 10,000 and 10,000 will get cancelled. I can cancel this 100 and 100 will get cancelled. This 5 will cancel out over here, becomes 6. So you'll have n here. N is 2. This can be written as 20. This will become 20 plus n by 20 into 6. This is equal to 10:13. Right? So 5 by n is 5 by 100 is n by 20. So 20 plus n into 6, n is to this. So I can write this as cross multiply. So you will multiply, I'll write it, n divided by 20 plus n by 20 into 6 is equal to 10 by 13. Cross multiply, 13n is equal to 60 into 20 plus n by 20. So cancel this out. This is 3 times. 13n is equal to 60 plus 3n. 10n is equal to 60. N is equal to 6. So the number of years invested in the first bank is 6 years. Answer option C. A. Plenty, a lot of calculations involved, but then I like it. I'm happy spending 5 minutes each question and solving 6 questions. I already have some 4-5 minutes, 20-25 minutes. Already have 6 questions in the back. It's a good spot to be in. Clear? Any doubts? Anil is asking, my VRC and AL are sorted, but I'm scared of quants. I tried, but I'm feeling stuck. Just that I don't know nothing. Anjali will talk about it. We'll sign this off and then we'll have a couple of chat over that part. We'll discuss. Right? It's a brilliant question, lengthy one, but it keeps you engaged with the math part. But I'm fine. I'm happy. Is there a brilliant way to solve this question, like not write too many equations and solve it? Sadly, no. I'm not able to look at anything as such. But then we do it, we are good. Anjali says you did it in a shorter way. I would like to know what you did. Let me know, put it in the chat. I'll have a look into that. Meanwhile, we'll go to the sixth one. Have a look at this. Drop your method here, we'll talk. Right. One more question. Two places A and B are 45 kilometers apart and connected by a straight road. Anil goes from A to B, while Sunil goes from B to A. Starting at the same time, they cross each other in exactly 1 hour 30 minutes. If Anil reaches B exactly 1 hour 15 minutes after Sunil reaches A, then the speed of Anil in kilometer per hour is. Done a lot of questions. This is a template question that happened to come like 3-4 times in the last 3 years. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We get one question of this template this year as well. So with that said, let's solve this question. There's a 45 kilometer mark. This is entire is 45. Let's say this is where they meet somewhere. This is A, this is B. Anil from here, Sunil from here. Anil reaches here in 90 minutes. Right? Exactly, they cross each other exactly 1 hour 30 minutes. So Sunil also reaches here in 90 minutes. But the rest of the journey is given as Anil reaches B, whatever time that he has taken here, exactly 1 hour 15 minutes after Sunil reached. Whatever time that Sunil took here, Anil has taken 1 hour 15 minutes extra. So since I have written this in minutes, so I'm going to write this as, if this is T, this is T plus 75. Right? If this is T, this is T plus 75. Why? He has taken 1 hour 15 minutes later, which will be 1 hour 15 minutes or 75 minutes. He has taken T minutes, he has taken T plus 75 minutes. We know the drill. The time taken for this ratio of A to B is 90 by T. The time taken by Anil to cover this distance by Sunil to cover this distance is 90 by T. Similarly over here, A to cover the distance and B to cover the same distance will be T plus 75 by 90. And we know that A by B, they are equal. You can straight away equate this. So you will get T square plus 75t. This will be 90 into 90. 8100. Bring it here. Minus 8100. Is equal to 0. I'm looking at what numbers will work. Difference is 75. Product is 8100. What are the numbers that will work for me? 75. Can I look at 90, 90, difference is 0. Increase this by 2. Decrease this by 2. 45, 180, no. 135, 45 into 3. 135 and 60. 135, 60. 135 into 270 into 3 is 810. So this will be t plus 135 into t minus 60. That means t is equal to 60 minutes. That's the first thing that I get. Right? T is equal to 60 minutes. But the question is speed of Anil, which means I have to look for Anil has covered this entire leg. This entire leg in 90 minutes plus 60 plus 75, that is 225 minutes. 225 minutes, which will be 3 hours and 45 minutes, or 3 by 4 hours, or 15 by 4 hours for 45 kilometer. So speed is equal to 45 divided by 15 by 4. Cancel this 3 times. 12 kilometers per hour. And that is our answer. Chaudhary, is not 12 hours. It's 12 kilometers per hour. The question is speed, not time. Clear? Any doubts? This logic, this entire property has been there like 3 to 4 times in the last 3 years. So I want to hope, I want to keep that hope that we get a repeat of that template yet again. Right? Nice and easy question. Nothing complicated here. Run through it. It's all an out and easy set of questions. Now, 2025 was boring. 2024 was lengthy, but on both occasions, questions were easy. When I say boring, it's lengthy. It was a lengthy paper, brute force. But then 2024 was relatively easy because compared to 2023, the immediate comparison will always come from the year before. 2023, we still say it was a nightmare. So 2024 relatively very easy, and that's how the questions were. Right? Any doubts? Beautiful set of questions. Keep practicing. Keep doing better. Keep getting better. The more you solve, the better you get, the better you will start feeling. Anjali, that goes to you as well. You might have to not have this feeling that I am not doing well. Of course, you might not be. It could be. For all you know, it could be a fact. But I'm telling you, even if you are not doing well, take some 4 questions that you have done well. Take for instance, you are shooting answers for all these questions over here. Right? Remember that. That's important. Clear? So we have done like 6 questions. So yet again, the practice booster is available on the app. You can enroll for it, which is absolutely free, where you get DPPs, practice, and unlimited playbacks for this series. Whatever you need to have, you get this here. So enroll for it, start getting better. And yes, in case if you have forgotten, in case if you don't know, have a huge announcement coming up this 27th. It's happening on this channel, our MBA Wallah English channel. So tune in and see what we have in store for you. This is something that might help you a lot. So stay tuned. We'll see you there. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot your questions. If you haven't joined the group yet, Telegram is back. Telegram is functioning. It's on. So scan the QRs. It will take you to the group. Join them. Let's have a healthy discussion. We'll create a better community, a better peer group that's needed. In case if you have any questions, shoot your questions. If not, we are technically done for the day. Anjali says TSD DPP was too lengthy. TSD itself is lengthy. TSD topic is lengthy. That's why the DPP might also be lengthy, right? I don't know what you're trying to say from it. I understand that's a genuine complaint that you have, but hey, that's TSD. That's lengthy for a reason. Right? Alright then folks, have a great week. We are pretty much in the end of the weekend. Have a great weekend ahead. We'll see you in the next class. Thank you. Anjali says it was boring. It is. I know. TSD is boring. What did I tell you in class? That's one topic that I stay away from. As much as I can solve questions, it's not a topic that I incline towards. It's boring. Too many equations. Alright then folks, have a great week. Thank you.